Okay, we're up to episode 4 of the Orville, and it's only getting better, kids. I think the naysayers are finally starting to realize this is not the Galaxy Quest show you were told that the morons at Fox Marketing said. It's just a straightforward show, very earnest, and it's got some decent amount of humor to show that these people are regular people, Because out there, star mapping, and that's all you're doing is star. Yeah, it would get pretty boring after a lot of things. So, but I think it's a little heavy in the pop culture reference stuff, But again, real people, you do a lot of pop reference stuff here and there. But granted, it's a premise that's been done before, and it'll be done again. Someone else has got to figure it out. How about if they find a generational ship and they forget they're on a ship and they think this is the world? Yeah, it's old. It's done over and over again. Star Trek did it at least once. I think there may have been another time or two they did it. It was been proposed more than once because David Gerald, one of his original concepts, was something actually a little closer to what we saw on Orville, where the whole cultural thing, for the world is hollow and I touch the sky was kind of pared down example of that. Gerald's went into a little more example. He was proposing a 2-part episode at the time. But yeah, Orville's getting better. You see more character development and solid writing. A lot of location stuff. And then this was actually the second episode they produced. But also clearly because in the beginning we're dealing with Clyden and the baby. It was not planned to be second. They got a sequence in mind here. And it's following that line up. I'm wondering going back to the Clyde and Bordas thing, I'm wondering if they might have a thing coming up where Clyden decides to have gender reassignment himself and be turned back into the female he was born as. And let's see them, go through the gender issue that way. That could provide some interesting situation there. But we, got a lot of story fodder going on there, and it's just getting better and better, guys. So, by all rights, this show should start soaring. It's already, and again, clearly the critics are idiots in this case because Rotten Tomatoes has got 20% critic score, whereas the audience score is 89%. I think it's gone up a bit. Whereas Discovery, it's pretty much the exact opposite. 83% of critics liked it, but it's only 61% audience share. There's not one. In fact, I think that audience share went down on Discovery. It was 64%, now it's 61%. More people think that and look at it, and people like me are coming in saying, that's wrong, that's bull, that's idiotic. And it's like, that's right, that is kind of stupid. And I'm going to be curious how people are going to come back for the third episode of branching up to Discovery here for a bit, because they did kind of buttonhole everything up pretty much. Because, okay, Michael Burnham, you're sentenced to life in prison for starting a war. Congratulations. And that's it. And since the character, I'm sorry, she's cute, but she's an idiot. And she deserves every single thing that happens. She deserves going to that penal colony in New Zealand. And that's it. You're done. The whole idea of setting up a show with the pilots is to get these characters that you're going to want to follow for a while, and who wants to follow this dumb idiot? Everyone on Orville, these are nice, these are good people, engaging people you wouldn't mind hanging out with, having a beer with. Especially the Helm and Navy. They'd come over with the beers themselves. But on Discovery, it's like even the captain wasn't the brightest brightest knife in the drawer either. She, started, had a pretty good idea later on with the warhead on the corpse. And frankly, this is the side whoever choreographed that fight scene between Michelle Yeoh and Michael, they should have handed that scene over to Michelle Yeoh. She's done fight coordination before. But I think it's in Tomorrow Never Dies. She coordinated that fight she had with those 5 guys. So, yeah, I think it would have been a lot more entertaining to have her do a fight scene. And let's see her be a real badass before she gets stabbed. give her a better send off than It's like, but yeah, I don't see any real. I really took that trailer coming this season on Discovery because otherwise it's like, well, that story's over with. This character's a moron. She's getting what she deserves. Bye. Let's see what the numbers are for Discovery. Episode 3, and this is. I think it's also why originally Voyager, when they were looking for their little bad boy pilot guy, originally they thought bring in Nick Locarno, play with Robbie McNeil, and that didn't work because the same reason I don't think it's going to work very well with Michael Burnham here. We saw what happened and just how badly Locarno screwed up, and frankly, I don't think Locarno screwed up as badly as Burnham did here. Because Locarno was just being hot dog, and he cost one of his fellow cadets life, and just trying to show off and things, and a few ethics clauses of the Academy. This dumb bitch that started a war with the Klingons. How many millions are going to die for that one? Yeah, so yeah, she's lucky that the only death penalty in the books is General Order 7, about visiting talent. And actually, that's not even in effect yet. Because, again, this is supposedly set around the time of the Cage, so probably General Order 7 hasn't been written yet. Or it's just being drafted, so nobody goes near this planet and anybody does, they die. So she's lucky right now the death penalty is not in the books anymore. Otherwise, she'd have stood up in front of firing squad, and that'd be the end of Discovery right there. But they're doing this long form setup, and their little Game of Thrones idea. The thing is, even Game of Thrones, it was set up pretty quickly. In the first 10 minutes, you knew Ned Stark was the guy, and he didn't want to kill this guy, but he had to because he knew stuff that nobody else needs to hear. And if this gets out, then we got problems. That's why they killed him. But you knew right off, you liked and respected Stark. You understood pretty much where he's come from if you were paying attention. This is a good guy. He's a good father, but he's a king, and certain things you got to do is to maintain your rule. Yeah, they're not nice. So, this goes. You play the Game of Thrones. You either win or you die. But yeah, that's somehow this is translated to these dipshits as draw it out forever and lots of violence. I think it. Discovery just leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Whereas at Orville, it's like, thank you, Seth. This is why they should have put you in charge of a new Star Trek show. And that's why I think a lot more people are going to start calling it Star Trek Orville. Because it really is a better successor than the actual Star Trek show is coming right now. And I'm still sticking by my thing. The only way that Discovery's getting the second season is probably the same way apparently that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is getting another season, because the production company is forcing it, and the production company happens to own the network. So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't mind, because I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but in this case, like, please. Because I have yet to hear anybody pick up the license to do a model kit of the Discovery. It's a butt ugly ship. There's a reason why it was turned down in the 70s, okay, as a new Enterprise. Because, no, it's ugly. And frankly, it's not even as good looking as the Ralph McQuarrie drawings. So, anyway, if you're not watching Orville, start watching it. If you're watching Discovery, I'm sorry. PayPal, Patreon, Cafe Press down below. Catch you later.